This is a 2010 Infiniti G37x, X meaning all-wheel drive. It was just traded in on a 2013 Infiniti G37x. And this is the first car apparently through our detail shop with a new kind of Carnauba wax that is a new novelty in the detail world. And my detailer just came up to me and said, I've got to feel just how smooth this car is. And you know what? It is about a brand new smooth finish as you're ever going to find. Now this particular G37X is absolutely loaded with navigation, rear view camera, performance wheel and tire package, Bose stereo, dual zone climate control, the works. This car has just about every feature that you could possibly get in a 2010. And then of course it has Infiniti's legendary all-wheel drive system. It's a really simple all-wheel drive system, and that's one of the great appeals of it. Infinitis, as you know, are rear-wheel drive cars, and so they're more performance-oriented, and they are a thrill to drive. They're very, very fast, but they're easy to drive fast, and they're very confidence-inspiring when driving fast because not only do they handle so well, but they have about as good a brake system as you're going to find in the automobile industry. The all-wheel drive system only engages when it is needed, and it's done without you having to do a single thing. When you come to a complete stop at a stoplight, a stop sign, what have you, it automatically engages into all-wheel drive. It's essentially an electronic coupling system that when you come to a stop is in alignment and you're back in all-wheel drive. As soon as you hit about 4 miles an hour, the system decouples or disengages and you're back in rear-wheel drive. Now, if you're in traction control mode at all, if there's any loss of traction, any slippery circumstances, anything like that, now they say that the sensors are read by the main computer 10 or 20 times a second. In the modern world, it's actually hundreds or even thousands of times a second that these things are monitored. And if they detect any kind of slippage in any capacity, everything goes right back in line. You're automatically in all-wheel drive. It's seamless. You don't even realize that it's happening. What you do realize is if you enjoy driving in the snow, the G35X, which is the first generation of this car, or the G37X, this one with the 3.7 liter and 7-speed automatic transmission being the next generation, they're just about the best driving vehicle in the snow that there is. But what they're really great with is changing weather conditions. So if you're in a dry situation and suddenly there's a little bit of a downpour, you know, the first rain of the day, first rain of the week, sometimes the road gets a little oily and slick and treacherous. Sometimes a lot of people around here live where there's trees and it can be icy and frosty in the morning and the road condition changes. The vehicle changes with those road conditions and gives you ideal traction for every possible kind of driving environment. So for a high-performance sports car with well over 300 horsepower, that's a big, big plus, and that's why we sell almost 4 out of every 5 Gs in all-wheel drive, because even if you don't necessarily need all-wheel drive, you don't do a lot of skiing, you don't go over the mountains, you don't go through the snow, or maybe you've got an all-wheel drive at home or a 4-wheel drive at home, that's your kind of recreation vehicle, it just drives so well and it's so confidence-inspiring in any kind of weather situation. It's hard to pass up. And then because it's so popular, the resale value is phenomenal on all-wheel drives. And so if it does cost a little bit more than you were hoping to spend, remember, down the road, you're certainly going to pick up that little distinction, if not more, when it's time for you to trade it in or to resell it for yourself. Now, as I said, this is a performance wheel and tire package, so you get the hot look and the larger, chunkier, meatier wheel with a little bit more tire on the wheel. You also have navigation. The center console, since this is a premium package as well as a navigation package, has that tilt and telescopic steering. So telescopic meaning it goes in and out, tilt it goes up and down. The entire gauge assembly goes up and down with the steering wheel, and it's a neat feature on Gs across the board so that the steering wheel, as you move it up and down, doesn't ever block the gauges, and it's a popular feature for people of different heights. Some people are a little taller, a little shorter, and as they move the wheel, they can't see the gauges anymore. That's not the case in the Infiniti. All of the gauges move with the steering wheel. Wonderful stereo system, satellite radio, 41,000 miles with every single service done at the dealer with the receipts to back that up, going back to day one. Just serviced by us, new wipers, filters, we always do that. We want to make sure the tires are like brand new, the brakes are like brand new. We do that on every car that we sell. But this car is in ideal condition with our brand new polish that we're using according to our detail manager. And it is quite a nice car in showroom condition. Come take a look.